Good morning and welcome to the Business Show, your go-to source for money and finance news in 10 minutes or less every day. My name is Andrew Giancola, and today we are covering OpenAI just pulled off the largest private tech funding round in history. They raised $40 billion, hitting a jaw-dropping $300 billion valuation. And TikTok's fate in the U.S. hangs in the balance. Will ByteDance hit that April 5th deadline? We're going to find out. And PVH Corp, which is the parent corp of Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, stuns Wall Street with an upbeat sales forecast despite tensions in China. And Moderna is at a 5-year low as the FDA's top vaccine officially resigns political clashes. And Newsmax goes public and the stock skyrockets 735%. All that and more. Let's get down to business. All right, so OpenAI has hit a $300 billion valuation in a record-breaking $40 billion funding round. So OpenAI just made history. Again, the company behind ChatGPT has officially closed a massive $40 billion funding round, the largest private tech raise on record, with a new valuation of $300 billion. Now, OpenAI is now the most valuable private companies in the world, joining an elite tier alongside ByteDance and trailing only SpaceX. Backed by a $30 billion investment from Japan's SoftBank, the deal sends a clear signal. The AI arms race is heating up. Now, since OpenAI has secured this funding, this gives them more firepower so they can try to outpace competitors like Google, Meta, and Anthropic. And despite economic headwinds, investors are all in on the future of AI. Now, the goal with this capital is to fuel talent acquisition, enterprise expansion, and new product innovation. So $40 billion more in the war chest is what they have there at OpenAI. This could be the launch pad for AI's next big leap. Now, TikTok is once again racing against the clock. Its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, has until April 5th to sell off TikTok's U.S. operations or face a potential nationwide ban. The high-stakes moment marks a second time in 2025 the platform has stared down a government-mandated shutdown. Now, while President Trump granted a 75-day enforcement delay, the pressure is on and the decision could upend the creator economy, digital advertising, and the U.S.-China relations. Now, one big thing that has happened is President Trump has said it's not a big deal if they really don't hit the deadline, they'll just extend it longer. So this is something where we're going to keep our eyes on it, but there's not going to be a ton of things that happen in the short run. Now, TikTok is a dominant force in digital culture and commerce, and the reason why this matters is this move is part of an escalating U.S.-China security issue, and there are a lot of different data privacy concerns that the U.S. government is claiming to have. Now, brands and influencers have discussed prepping alternative strategies, but again, President Trump has stated that this is not going to be a big deal, and most likely they're going to extend this. Hey, real quick, if you are enjoying the show, can you follow the show and leave a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcast app? It truly would mean the world to us. Thanks so much, and now back to the show. PVH Corp, the owner of Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, just surprised Wall Street with a better-than-expected outlook, sending its stock up 15% in pre-market trading. The company now expects flat to slightly positive sales in 2025, a sharp contrast to analyst predictions of a decline. But the upbeat tone comes with a warning. Sales remain sluggish in North America, and pressure from China continues after PVH was blacklisted in a trade dispute over specific cotton over in China. So this is just another company that we are watching to see how the retail sector is going to do. And if you're an investor in the retail sector, it is worth watching how some of these companies operate when it comes to the way that they are looking at some of their business models. Moderna stock took a sharp dive after one of the most influential figures in vaccine regulation abruptly steps down. Shares fell nearly 9% Thursday as news broke that Dr. Peter Marks, the FDA's top vaccine official, resigned amid reported clashes with Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The biotech company stock is now sitting at its lowest point in 5 years, down a staggering 95% from its 2021 COVID-era peak. Now, Mark's departure could signal instability in the nation's vaccine oversight, but RFK Jr.'s growing influence may reshape federal vaccine policy in unpredictable ways. Now, will Moderna stabilize or keep falling as its confidence erodes? We're going to keep watching where Moderna's fate is, but this is going to be something that is going to be interesting in the healthcare sector. And the last story is that Newsmax goes public. And the only reason why we're talking about this is because the stock has skyrocketed. So the conservative news network Newsmax just made its Wall Street debut, and investors went wild. On Monday, the company began trading under the ticker NMAX on the New York Stock Exchange. It was priced at $10 per share, and Newsmax opened at $14 and surged to $83.51 by the close of the first day. A staggering 735% gain. Whoever got in there early made some good money. Now, Newsmax's IPO reflects strong investor interest in politically aligned media brands, which honestly to me sounds like a crazy investment to invest in. Now, a surge like this in one day is either massive excitement or potential hype-fueled speculation. So a lot of times when things go up this quickly, it's usually either hype-based, meaning that something has really a ton of hype backing it up over a long period of time, and or there is just massive excitement and it's a short-term thing. It'll probably come back down to reality at some point in time. And so this could be a media moonshot or just a moment, but either way, Wall Street is watching. Listen, thanks again for tuning into The Business Show. If you know someone who would find value in this episode, share it with a family member or a friend. Also, if you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to leave a 5-star rating and review. It helps us reach more people with this message. And don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you on the next episode.